Jocelyn Stewart, also known as the Messy Military Lawyer on TikTok, Instagram, even here on YouTube. You can also find the website ucmj-defender.com. If you are a veteran and if you served, but your characterization of service at the time that you left, the last enlistment period that you have, or if you're an officer, your time as an officer, if it was not characterized as fully honorable, as I'm sure you have come to realize, you've lost out on a number of benefits. One of the ways that we can help veterans is to help them apply to upgrade their discharge. This is a difficult process. Understand that some people are statutorily barred from even applying. The number one example of that is if you were under the confines of a military court-martial, and if you elected to be discharged in lieu of that court-martial, you are statutorily barred from even asking for an upgrade to your discharge. The one exception being if you did not fully comprehend or understand and received deficient legal advice at the time that you signed that documentation. It's still an uphill battle because there is something known as the presumption of regularity. That says that these processes are going to presume that the military abided by their own regulations in processing you out and in characterizing your discharge in the way that they did. If that presumption is working against you, we have to demonstrate by overwhelming evidence that that is not the case. It's not to say that it can't be done. There are a number of criteria that we're seeing a lot of success in. The number one way that we're seeing that people can get their discharge upgraded is if they left under circumstances involving kind of low-level misconduct. Maybe it was a pop hot for drugs. Maybe it was kind of disrespect, disobey, not being where you were supposed to be. Maybe some anger issues, maybe some disrespect. If post-service, you're able to get a post-service diagnosis of PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, then that's the number one reason that we're able to get upgrades for veterans on their discharge up to that full honorable. There was a controversy years ago where people were identified in the military as being directed by their superiors to make sure that they were not giving PTSD evaluations and diagnoses. Instead, they were just telling people personality disorder not otherwise specified or adjustment disorder, things of that nature. There are so many veterans out there who've been denied their rightful benefits, even though the military is the one who caused the PTSD. If that's the case, you absolutely should apply to upgrade your discharge, and we can help you demonstrate how. The other area where we're seeing a number of upgrades is if, just as we've seen the current President Biden, who has essentially pardoned anyone who was court-martialed for consensual homosexual conduct. If you have a discharge that related to the don't ask, don't tell policy violations, we're also seeing upgrades to those discharges. Make sure that whatever your discharge was, that you're getting a fair appraisal and evaluation as to your success for likelihood in trying to apply. Make sure you find counsel who knows what they're doing, who's been doing this for decades, just like we have. UCMJ Defender, go ahead and find us, like, subscribe, Messy Military Lawyer.